Ooh. Alrighty. Okay. Oh. Alright, so I got my Ulta and Sephora stuff right here. And I also got my tea. So if you want to get ready together. Alright, let me see what I got. I think I got enough. I think I got enough for a full face, but let me just double check. So I actually have a new foundation, which is not surprising. So, because I feel like there's been a ton of foundations that have come out. So I'm not going to really be doing a wear test. I'll put some notes down, like I'll pin a comment of how things wore. Also, I will be doing a speed reviews on everything I try out, and of course, everything will be linked down below. So the foundation I'm going to be trying out is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream. This one has skin-loving ingredients of tremella mushroom and hyaluronic acid. And you can see I'm in the I grabbed the shade Light 210N. It's a neutral with beige undertones. And the claims are it's a full coverage color correction meets a dewy hydrated finish in this multitasking dream cream infused with a blend of the tremella mushroom, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, and vegan collagen. There's SPF 30 in this. It says apply 1 to 2 pumps. I'm also filming at night, so I might be a little all over the place. Okay. All right. So this again has SPF 30 in it. It has a pump. I have not tried the original, and the reason being is I was reading reviews and people were saying that it's heavy and it's not, and it's very matte and drying. Now I have very normal leaning dry skin, especially in the winter. So I'm going to take my e.l.f. buffing foundation brush and I'm just going to pump. Just start with one. Okay, so that's a pump. I'm not going to do a primer because I want to see what this looks like on my skin. So there's how many ounces? This doesn't feel like there's a lot in here. It says there's 1 ounce of this. So I'm just going to kind of dot this all over. Okay, seems like it's a good shade match. Just kind of blend. Okay, so there's not a ton of coverage. I would definitely say more medium. It says it's full coverage. I don't think this is full coverage because I can see my freckles still. I can see some redness through here, although it's not really picking up, but there's some redness. Okay, so you can kind of see it's a pretty good shade match. Not gonna lie, it's in person it seems a little dark, but it's pretty good shade match. It definitely looks like it's similar to my Revlon Illuminance foundation. It has that feel, like it's very lightweight, but with this was 1 pump and there's no way this is full coverage. Like you can clearly see my freckles. Like it's blended really nicely, but I feel like the coverage is so light. Like it toned down some redness, but I feel like no matter what, I'm gonna have to put 2 pumps of this on, which is very strange. I'm gonna go in with a second pump and see how it layers. I do really like that packaging because I feel like it'd be great for travel, throw in, you know, my future diaper bag. Yeah, if you're new here, I'm currently expecting twins, which they're going to be coming very, very, very soon. Added more. It's got a nice glow to it. It's definitely reminding me a lot of my Revlon Illuminance foundation, except this one has sunscreen, but I think this one has lighter coverage than that one. I get more with one layer of the Revlon one than I do with this one. Okay, with that second layer, I hope you can kind of see this. It feels like it's looking a little heavier and like sitting on my skin more than it did on the first layer. This feels definitely hydrating. I feel like in order for it to get like straight up full where you could not see any of my freckles, I would have to go in with another layer. But right now it's looking medium to full, and that's with 2 layers, which I think most people do 2 layers anyways. I know I do sometimes. Okay. Interesting. It's very light, and I don't feel like I have like makeup on my face. We'll just have to kind of see how it plays with some other products. I feel like on camera it's looking a lot more full coverage than it is in person. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Again, it's, yeah, 1 fluid ounce. I haven't tried the original of this yet, so I'm not sure what the comparison is. Again, I agree it's very hydrating. Like, you can definitely see the glow on my skin. I'm not 100% agreeing that it's full coverage. And I'll have to let you know on the whole long-lasting part. So I'll have to see. You let me know down below what you think or how it looks so far. Okay, on to concealer. I grabbed the Fenty concealer, their hydrating longwear concealer, and I got it in the shade 150N. There is a ton of concealers I've definitely been interested in trying, this being one of them. And I got it in the shade 150N. I think I said that already. So here it is, 150N. Now the claims on this are smoothing, blurring for a second skin finish, glide on to conceal, and disguise all over. So this is meant to be, you can put it anywhere on the face. Okay, so it's got that interesting doe foot. Let me see. Okay, I don't, packaging is kind of interesting. So there's the doe foot. So this is not meant to like stand. So this has just like a angled bottom. I don't know if you can kind of see. Okay, so I'm going to just do one side. Okay, that might be a little too light compared, but that's okay. Sometimes I like a brightening. Do I need it anywhere else? I don't think so. Typically, I like to let things sit for, or let my concealer sit for a second, like while I do my brows, you know, things like that. But I'm gonna just try to see what it looks like so we can see a side by side. Yeah, the shade's a little light, but I think I can work with it. I've been thinking I was thinking the 200 one, 200N, I think was the shade I was looking at. And I'm not gonna, yeah, obviously not doing the under eye brightener. Okay, so that's it blended out. It's without and with. I feel like it covered a decent amount. I don't see any claims that it's claiming as full coverage. The blended out seemed like it blended out super quick. My under eyes don't look crepey. It covered a lot, but I still feel like you're kind of seeing like a little bit, but it definitely toned it down a lot. I think it looks nice. It doesn't look dry. It's not emphasizing anything, and that blended out so quick. Like that looks, I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll have to see how it does under like powders and stuff. Let's see. It may not even need to be powder, but I'm going to powder it and then I'll try it obviously without powdering it and see what happens. And then actually on this side, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on, let it sit. I think I put more on that side. Let it sit and do kind of like what I normally do, which is I end up putting on my brows. I don't have any new brow products, right? Yeah. Double checking. Yeah, I don't have any new brow products, so I'm just going to do those real quick and I'll be right back. Brows are on and I just used the NYX brow glue and my ELF Ultra Precise brow pencil. Just been go-to things. So this has been sitting probably about like 45 seconds, maybe a minute. So let's see how it does once it's like sit for a little bit. And also I put way more on this side, so that'll also be a test as well. Wow. Yeah, I definitely think that I will need, especially in the summer, a darker shade of this. Formula is actually sitting very nicely on my under eyes. I'm 30, I got wrinkles, and sometimes they can get a little dry. There's some crepiness. Overall, wow, that looks pretty good. I mean, you have to let me know. Definitely, like, yeah, the shade I don't think is right. I don't think this is full coverage either, but I'm okay with that. I typically don't go for full coverage, so yeah. Then the foundation is kind of setting a little bit. Not really. I'm not 100% sure on it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, for bronzer, cream bronzer specifically, I have two options here. I have Give Beauty Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. And this is in Toastin. It's like the second to latest one. Ooh, I love the packaging on this. Give Beauty is Gwen Stefani's brand. And I've heard good things about this. If I can open it. There we go. Ooh, pretty. Oh, there's a little sticker that says me, you, yours. And it has like a really, really big mirror on it. And then there's the tones. The lightest shade was too light for me. And so when I swatched it in Sephora, I found that the next shade up was just like too orange for me. So I feel like for me, the tones of these will be really good. So this one is the cream shade and this one is the powder. And then the other cream bronzer I have is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. And this is in light medium. Ooh. Really, again, really pretty tone. So really excited to try these. Let's see. Maybe since I have two creams, I'll do one on each end. Like, why not? I'm not going anywhere. All right, let's start with the Makeup by Mario. I'm going to use wherever that brush is. I really need to clean my makeup brushes. I need to put that on my to-do list this week. I'm going to use my putty bronzer brush from ELF. This has been my go-to for cream bronzer, so I'm just going to kind of just go right on in with the Makeup by Mario. Okay, so very creamy. I wonder if this would be like the high-end version of the Makeup Revolution bronzer. I'll have to see. I've heard a lot of people really like this cream bronzer, so I've been going a little lower. Ooh, yeah, this is reminding me a lot of the Makeup Revolution one. I really like the tone, and that like blended out in 2 seconds. Wow, that looks amazing. That reminds me so much of the Makeup Revolution one. It's got a little bit of glow to it. That looks so nice. Okay, so yeah, without anything with. Yeah, I can feel like the foundation shade is just a little dark. That looks beautiful. It's not like overly in your face, but it's just enough, like straight on you can tell like my face is a little bit more sculpted. That's beautiful. Wow. It looks so natural. Ooh, do I have a new favorite cream bronzer? Oh boy. Oh boy. That looks beautiful. My skin looks really glowy right now, but that looks beautiful. Going into the Give Beauty one. Let's see. I've heard some good things about this one too, so. Okay, a little darker. There's a scent to this. It almost smells like, what is that? Oh my gosh, that's gonna bug me. What is that? Vanilla? Is that like a vanilla? Interesting. Oh, that looks pretty too. Ooh. Really easy to blend out. I can't really tell the difference. This one has a little bit, I feel like a little bit more yellow undertone to it, but it's like a touch. Wow. That looks beautiful. That looks beautiful. And it's so like, it's so smooth, and it just looks so natural. Ooh, I'm excited. I like to go in with like my foundation brush, like right underneath, to just kind of make sure we're all good, blended. Wow. We got a lot of hits so far. Okay. For cream blush, I have these. The e.l.f. Camo Liquid blushes, and I have them in 2 shades. I have them Suave Mauve, which is this pinky like neutral shade, and then Coral Crush, which is this bright orange shade. So, I'm going to save this shade, and I'm gonna just try. I'm just looking at like all the other items, and you know what? Well, no, I'm gonna go for it. Let's go for it and see what happens. I'm gonna try out this one. Now, I believe this is supposed to be like e.l.f.'s version of like, or e.l.f.'s way of duping the Rare Beauty. Now, I haven't seen, like, I haven't looked at a whole lot of reviews. Ooh, wow, okay, so huge doe foot applicator. Almost looks like a lip oil applicator. That is bright, wow. All right, let's see. I'm trying to think what brush would be good. I'm gonna use the putty brush, but if I have to, I could also use the putty primer brush from e.l.f., or I may need a different, I don't know, we'll see. So we'll start with just dotting it on. We'll do one very, very gently. Let's start with that. Because I made everyone has made that mistake with the Rare Beauty where it just, like, if you did this much for the Rare Beauty, even that's too much. Okay, let's see. Very, very bright. Definitely going to need a neutral powder to tone that down a little bit. Oh, well, no, we might be okay. Okay, so those sitting on top of each other really nicely. It's not picking up my foundation. It's a really pretty color, and it's toned down a lot. Yeah, so you can kind of see the difference. It's got some brightness to it. Got a good glow. It's really pretty and really smoothing. I'll have to see compare it to the Rare Beauty. Yeah, these, if all you need is a dot, like these things are gonna last you forever. I've been trying to mess with my camera settings, and I feel like the brightness isn't coming through, and that could be just like the brightness of the blush is just not picking up because it is so bright, or it just like, let me see if I tone down my lights a little bit. There, that's a little bit more accurate. It's really pretty, and it didn't take very long to blend out. I like it. And it's really smooth. I'm still kind of playing with everything in here, and like with the camera. It's been a little chaotic because like my parents have been in and out of town, and you know, just with me being in like the hospital, which I talk about in another vlog, been trying to adjust and move things around. I've also not been putting my blush on my nose, and I've been really enjoying that as well. I really like it. I really like it. It looks really smooth. It's got a nice glow to it. So we'll just have to see with powder. Okay. So I don't have a new powder, but I'm just going to kind of just grab one and see what happens, or see how these products react to it. I'm going to go into my e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. This should work well. That Fenty concealer, I've been like wearing it for a good while, and it's really not creasing as much as some of my other concealers would crease at this point. So that's a good sign. All right, so I'm going to kind of set one side of my face, and we'll kind of see how it reacts to it. Gosh, this is just not liking my smile lines. Wow, both the bronzer and the blush are still popping through. It's a very smoothing powder foundation, but I don't think it's liking what's going. It doesn't look like it likes powdering on top of. Whew, I don't think it likes going with the, where'd you go? With the CC cream, which is interesting because this is all from the Camo line. All right, so this side's powdered, this side's not. As you can see, there's still some glow coming through. The blush is still coming through, but I don't think this powder likes that CC cream. Very, very, very interesting. I love doing videos like these because it's just fun, honestly. And I obviously will like be testing a lot of these stuff on its own, different combinations, and then let you know in a speed reviews of what I really think after testing it for a good amount of time. But these are so fun because it's get to play. I try to film these at night because if something goes wrong, I can just jump in the shower and wash it off. Okay, so that's it fully powdered. I do see the blush and bronzer kind of gone away. Again, this is a powder foundation, so it's a little bit heavier. So again, I will keep testing, but I give it like a concealer, I give it like an A-. It's looking pretty good. It is starting to crease, but no surprise there. And where my blush and bronzer is at, it's looking really smooth. However, like on my forehead, it's looking really crepey. So I would give it like a B right now. We'll have to see once I complete everything and do setting spray to kind of blend everything together, you know? I just feel like right here and on my forehead, I feel like I've aged a lot. All right, we're going to continue just with the lights like that and see, because it's really interesting that I'm liking it like that. All right, so I'm going to go back into the Give Beauty Compact and go into the powder bronzer portion, which is this right here. And I'm going to do it on both sides and kind of, again, see how it goes. Little powdery, little fallout. Whoa. Yeah, so there's a little bit of kickback if that bothers you. Just letting you know. And we'll see. And we'll just kind of sculpt the face. Yeah, that's a really, really good tone. Oh, that's a lot. Oh, gosh. Added some color back. I still feel like you still got a little bit of shine and glow. I think I like the cream more than I like the powder. I also could have gone a little low. So when I do that, I just kind of go over with powder. Interesting. All right, for blush, I'm just going to go into the e.l.f. Peach Bellini, or sorry, Spiced Apple blush. And just do that real quick. I don't have a new powder blush because I'm trying to be good. All right, for highlighter, I actually got a new highlighter, and it's the new Sephora Color Luminizer, and this is in the shade 2, which is Sparkling Honey, because I realized I actually don't have a whole lot of highlighters in my collection, which is like not necessarily a bad thing. I just have been using the same ones for a very long time, and so I've like practically used some up, and yeah, I saw this because I've heard about this new highlighter, and I was just curious, and it looked really nice. A little bit of some punch to it. So this, yeah, Sparkling Honey. This is kind of the shade. I thought this would look really pretty on my skin tone. I feel like it doesn't have too much glitter. Well, it has a little bit of glitter. All right, and we're just gonna highlight the face. See what happens. Really pretty. Doesn't give a good shadow. I think it's a really good tone for me. Really, really pretty. And I think this was like $14. Reminds me a little bit of the e.l.f. Glow Green Bean one that I really like. Don't get me wrong, it's not super smooth, but I think it has to do with everything underneath. So I'll have to kind of try it with some other things. And I don't need a whole lot of glow, more glow than I have. It's really pretty. And I like the tone. I think, yeah, like I said, it's a good tone for me where it looks natural. The only other one that's like, to me, I feel like looks really, really natural is the Essence Pure Nude highlight. Now, I don't necessarily like to highlight here. The reason why I put highlight here, it's more to kind of like blend everything here. Because I feel like sometimes I put my blush, bronzer, and it just feels like this is like white. Like I have a white mustache. And so sometimes I put highlight there to kind of help blend all of that together. Yeah, that's really pretty and nice glow. Very cool. And for like, what, $14, this will last me. It'll last me a long time, because I just know from the other highlighters it'll last me a long time. Okay, where are we? We are on to eyes. And for eyes, got a couple of things. I have 2 different mascaras. I have a new eyeliner. And yeah, let's see. Okay, so I've been really wanting to try this brand for a while, and I haven't like pulled the trigger. I don't know why I haven't pulled the trigger, but I just haven't, especially since she has these like mini palettes. And so I purchased the Natasha Denona Mini Glam palette. Actually, I should take it out of the packaging. $25 for a eyeshadow palette. And I know for me, like, eyeshadows last a long time. I rotate through them, so there's, to me, I feel like $25 is not that bad of a price point. I haven't splurged of the $100 ones or the mini ones. So this is the Mini Glam palette. So nice neutral palette. I figured this is the best way for me to just kind of dip my toes in the formula and see if I like it. So let's just do just a simple look. Actually, let's kind of curious. I want to swatch some of these shades like this, like yellowy buttery one. I'm curious if it's too light. Oh no, this one might be okay. And then let's see, I'll do this one because I think I'm gonna go in with this one on my lid. That is not the color I thought it was gonna be. So that's the matte, and then that's the shimmer. Not great at swatching. The matte's the matte, that's the shimmer. That's not the color I thought that was gonna come out of that. I thought it was gonna be more cool toned. Interesting. All right, so I'm gonna start with the matte shade here and put that in the crease. They feel very, very soft. Very, very soft. Or should I do? Probably should do this on a cleaner brush. Well, just like very similar to the Makeup by Mario. Just I'm finding that with like higher end shadows, it's smooth. It takes 2 seconds. You got good payoff. You're good to go. Like, wow. That took nothing. And then, of course, what I like to do is bring it down to make it one cohesive look, especially with the transition shade. I thought this would look very, very yellow, which it kind of is, but I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I was worried it was gonna look a little too yellow and make it look like I'm like sickly, but oh, really, really pretty. I'm gonna go into this shade right here, and I'm gonna put like do a packer brush, and I'm gonna just swipe. Let's see if it'll pick it up, and I'm just gonna put this on the outer portion of my lid. Ooh. Ooh, that's a really pretty shade. Wow. And I did like 2 swipes. Wow, that's really, really pretty. And days where I don't have to use my fingers for the shimmers to pack a punch is a good day, because I typically don't like using my fingers. I like the feeling of being an artist and using brushes and painting my face. Was that quote from Burlesque? When you're putting on your makeup, think of it as you're painting a face, because it's so true. That's really pretty. I like, it's so interesting. It's like, it's green, but it's not. That's so pretty. And I think it looks really good on like my skin tone and with my colored eyes. Just gonna kind of blend it out with that same brush I used. I'm not gonna put anything else on it though. That's so pretty. All right, I'm gonna try with my fingers, and I'm gonna go into this shade right here just to see how it does with fingers. Gosh, these are so buttery, smooth, and soft. And I'm gonna go on the inner portion. Yeah, that shade is just coming off way warmer than I thought it would. Just so interesting. So that's it there. It's really pretty. Really, really smooth. See, these are what I thought the Makeup by Mario shimmers were gonna be. I just feel like there's more to them. Okay, I'm gonna try with a brush on the other eye and see how that goes. Definitely takes a little bit more effort with a brush, but still just as beautiful. That's beautiful. Really great, like, it's almost like a moody everyday kind of a palette. All right, I'm gonna go into, of course, the lightest shimmer, and I'm gonna put that in the inner corner and brow bone. These are just so buttery. That doesn't have as much of a punch as I thought it would. Whoa. I just put way too much on there. You know what that tells me? That tells me I should, like, I've been really interested in her Yucca palette. And because like something about the color story is so intriguing to me, and it makes me think like those particular colors will make my brown eyes like pop. My eyes lean a little green, and I feel like that Yucca palette will be so pretty. So I may need to get that. Granted, do I need more eyeshadow? No. But it sounds so much fun. Wow, this is a hit. I didn't try the darker shade because I just wanted to do a look that I would typically do. And it's really, really pretty. I'm also curious, like, these tones on my mom, how that would be. She has blue eyes, so I'll have to have her try it out. But these are beautiful. These are beautiful. Makes me want to try more from her. Like, her concealer's really good, and I really like this. All right, for eyeliner, I have the Sephora 12-Hour Retractable Eyeliner, and I have it in the shade 30 Matte Chocolate Brown. So there's like a little smudger on the bottom. And I think, and this is supposedly waterproof. Ooh, and I just dug my finger in the point. Oh, man. Well, that's the shade. That's the point that I just completely smudged. That's really creamy, and it's a really pretty color. Ooh. It's the only thing with the retractable eyeliners is I don't like that. One, you can't really sharpen them. Like, you can, but not really. And sometimes they just like fall out. Oh wow, this is super smooth. Yeah, I'm really liking at least taking that extra step, like extra like little step, and it doesn't take very long. Just do a simple line to kind of just darken up my lash line, and I feel like it's made a huge difference. Okay, so that is with and without. It's a really, really pretty color. Really pretty color. And I'm not one to do like a cat eye because I just don't think that shape looks good on me unless I go super dramatic with it. And it's just, that's just not my thing. But I'm wanting to play a little bit more with that. I really like the tone of this. And really, really smooth. Really smooth. Okay. I'm going to pause there for a second because what I like to do is I'll do the line on my lash line. I'll do mascara, and then I'll do the water lines and tight lines. So I have two mascaras. I have a mini of the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick volumizing mascara. I saw this and it was a point perk, and I was like, why not? Why not? Fenty Beauty is definitely a brand that I've been wanting to try. And then the other one is the new Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect in Black Brown. I love a good brown mascara. I haven't used the Lash Princess mascara in a very long time, and so I figured, you know what, brown mascara. I think I'm just about to run out of my other brown mascara, so I figured, you know what, why not try it out? So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to do the Fenty Beauty on the top, and then I'll do the brown mascara on the bottom. Wow, so this is a mini, so I don't know how accurate all this is going to be, but it's huge, just normal, like straight wand. And I say this all the time when I'm testing mascaras of I have a lot of lashes and they're very long, so it's very hard for a mascara to look bad on me. It's not bad, but it's not like blowing me away, you know? It's pretty. It's a little clumpy for my taste, but I mean, it's a little clumpy, but oh, you know, it's a little clumpy for me. After, like, I kept putting on layers. All right, I'm gonna go on the bottom I'm gonna go on the lower lash line with the brown mascara. Oh, it already smudged and flaked. The Fenty one did. That's not good. So this color definitely reminds me a little bit of the ColourPop BFF mascara in Brownie Points, their brown version. That's for sure. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of that. It says brown black, but I think this is looking a little more brown to me. I don't know, we'll have to see. Yeah, you can definitely, I don't know if you can see, you can definitely tell like that Fenty one flaked and smudged, which I don't like. Yeah, I'm not liking that. And on top of it, it smudges. I'm not liking that. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that. It's been a while since I've tried the Lash Princess mascara, and I feel like when I tried it before, it's like I only had to get the waterproof one, and I remember it clumping like this Fenty one. But I'll have to try it again. Yeah, so far I'm not liking the Fenty mascara. That's just a little too clumpy and like too wet for my taste. I'm gonna spray with, I'm gonna use the Make It Last setting spray. You know what? Do I want to do this? No. Yeah. Yep. We're gonna switch it up. I'm actually gonna go into the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray and kind of see what happens with it. See if it kind of takes down that powder a little bit. My lines are just not the business. And yeah, that definitely flaked and smudged. All right, last product is the NYX Fat Oil Slick Clicks Shiny Lip Balm. And this is in the shade Hits Different. So it's a peachy shade. And ooh, wow, there's glitter in this? I did not think there was glitter in this. You see that? Interesting. Okay. I know these like clicky lip balm things are really popular right now. Okay, we'll start there. I don't feel like lining my lips, so let's see just how this does. I think this is supposed to be plumping, right? Just a shiny sheer lip balm, so maybe I do need to line it. This is very, very sheer. And I did not realize that these had like glitter in it. It feels really smoothing. I don't think it has a ton of color payoff. Like, so definitely if you're trying to add some color and opacity to your lips, you definitely need a lip liner with this. Definitely shiny. Let's see. Yeah, so you can see the shine. Definitely shiny. Doesn't have the most pleasant taste. I was not expecting it to have glitter. Why did I not think it would have glitter? I thought this would just be just a nice lip balm. I don't know. Makes my lips smooth, like, so you don't really feel the glitter. I just wish it had a little bit more opacity. I'm not impressed. I'm not like, which is surprising because NYX is usually one of those brands for me where I'm just like, wow, yeah, this is great. And this is just kind of whatever. I would rather put on a lip oil. What is it? It feels like, that's what it is. It feels like I'm putting on lip smackers. That's 100%. You might as well just go buy lip smackers. This like whole video took a turn. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here's the final look with everything on. Do I want to, you know what? Forgot something. We're going to take the eyeliner and we're going to put it on the waterline and see how it does on there. Ooh, really smooth. Yeah, that was really easy and it looks good. I like it how it brings out the browns and the warmness in my eyes. All right, now it's the final look. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys out and we can kind of just talk through all of the products. I realize I didn't put any jewelry on, but yeah. Okay, so let's kind of start with the foundation. the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating CC Cream. You know, after putting some setting spray on it, it does look nice. It has a nice glow to it. It feels lightweight. I think it looks a little heavy doing the 2 layers. So I'm wondering if just that first pump I did was not like a true first pump and the second one was. I think it definitely hydrating, definitely has a good glow to it. I will have to see with maybe other powders, see if it'll set down without having to do powders. I don't know. I'm on the fence on it. The finish reminds me a lot of my Revlon Illuminance foundation. I feel like I talked about that a lot. It really does. Now the coverage, I don't think it's full coverage. Again, I'll test it out again and let you know. It feels like I used a ton of it already and I just got it. So that's another thing I don't really like about this packaging, but I understand. My first impression is just, I don't know. I think this would be good for my hospital bag if it wears really well. Because honestly, if I can get 1 pump and it's just in medium coverage, sure, because I really liked the glow. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to also see if it needs a primer because I feel like my smile lines are emphasized. I don't know. I need to try more things with it. The Fenty Beauty Concealer, beautiful. I think the shade's just a little light, but I think I can make it work. It is creasing a little bit, so I'm wondering if it'll work better with other powder. And also I'll try it with my e.l.f. Under Eye Color Corrector and see if that'll help with maybe coverage. Because honestly, I don't think it's full coverage, but I think it looks beautiful and it's toned down my darkness. And it looks really hydrating. It's not looking like making my under eyes look crepey. Honestly, it's really good. Like so far, I'll have to see what the wear's like. It might be better than Natasha Denona. I don't know. We'll have to see. But so far, I'm really liking it. The Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. This might be my favorite product of this whole haul. It was so smooth. It took nothing to blend it out, and it added just a nice hint of color. I'll have to see what this is like with no makeup. It really reminds me a lot of the Makeup Revolution bronzer, which it might be a dupe. We'll see. I'll have to, again, test it out. And it made my skin look so smooth, gave a little bit of a glow, but I don't think it was too much at all. And yeah, this might be my favorite product from this haul. And yeah, it's beautiful. I can't, this is going into my everyday little tray I have going on here. The Give Beauty Pick It Up Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo in the shade Toastin'. This, I really liked the cream over much more than the powder. Again, it could be just the powder I used, but the cream portion of it is really beautiful. I'm going to obviously test it out more, but between the two, like the cream portion more. This may also be a contender for my hospital bag because the fact that it's a 2-in-1. The powder bronzer is not bad. I think it got a little patchy, but I'm wondering if there was maybe a combo or something that it didn't like. So that's the other thing with these videos. There's so many things I'm testing that if something's not working, I can't exactly pinpoint what's the culprit. So keep that in mind. Again, I'll continue to test this out, but I really like it. And now I'm really intrigued to try their blushes, even though I'm being really good about no blushes and trying to not add blushes to my collection, but I'm kind of intrigued to try other products from theirs. Also, they have some cool eyeshadow quads. So really like this, and we'll have to see if it's a go-to duo of mine, but really like it. And of course the packaging is really, really cool. All right. For the e.l.f. Liquid Camo Blush, I tried the shade Coral Crush. Really, really pretty. I noticed throughout the whole time, granted, if I wasn't like talking through everything, I would be done with my makeup like a lot quicker. But even in that time, I feel like it faded a lot, like the brightness faded a lot. So I tried just doing 1 dot, so I'll have to see if it's one of those that I can do multiple dots and maybe that punch will kind of stay a little longer. But I think that it was really smoothing on my skin. It was really smooth on my skin, and it gave a little bit of glow and hydration, and it was a beautiful shade. So I'm really excited to try the Dusty Mauve shade wherever you are. Yeah. The Suave Mauve shade, not Dusty Mauve, the Suave Mauve shade, and see if that'll be a great everyday kind of a shade for me. And yeah, it looked really smooth on my skin, didn't mess with the foundation underneath it, and the e.l.f. powder blush went over top of it really nicely. I just think the punch kind of faded a little quickly, and I feel like my blush itself has faded since like we've been here, and I maybe been here maybe about an hour or so. So that's a little concerning. But again, we'll test it out. First impression is it's beautiful, but may need to put a little bit more than if I was using like the Rare Beauty. The Sephora Colorful Luminizer, and this is in the shade Sparkling Honey. I think the glow is really pretty. It reminds me of the e.l.f. one I used, the e.l.f. Glow Gleam Beam palette I used to use a lot. I think this shade is perfect for me, where it gives that glow from within. I think it's beautiful, and for 14 bucks, if you find a shade that you like, I think you can't go wrong. Like it's beautiful. It's got a nice glow, and it's not super glittery. In terms of smoothness, I will have to see, because I feel like my face is looking very textured just because of the the fact I did multiple layers of that foundation. I'll have to see, but overall I think it looks pretty good in terms of the smoothness on my skin particularly. I mean, the fact that that's maybe the only thing. I think this is, again, really beautiful highlighter. The Natasha Denona Mini Glam Palette. I think this is beautiful, and it's a great cool toned everyday eye look that I can pull out. I think it really brings out my eyes, and the formula itself, the shimmers are smooth and pack a lot more punch than the Makeup by Mario did, in my opinion. And the one matte shadow I did use was beautiful, not too yellow on me. And yeah, this has got me really intrigued to try more of her eyeshadow palettes and more. Honestly, I hope if she does a Yucca mini palette, I will definitely be purchasing that. If not, I'm 100% wanting to buy the midi of the Yucca palette. I think they're beautiful. No complaints on this eyeshadow at all. Really smooth. I feel like I was able to do this look really, really quickly. Granted, it's an easy look, but the fact that the mattes are just so smooth, so buttery, and I didn't need to really dive in I didn't need to go in multiple times to get the look that I wanted. For the one shade, I think I went a little overboard, like the brow bone and inner corner shade, like the lightest shade. I think I did go a little overboard with it, so it looks a little flaky, but overall, I'm 100% happy with it. I have a feeling if my mom tries this, I think she's going to want it because it's beautiful. I can't say enough good things about it. The smooth, good shimmer. My eyes look great. Can't complain. This is beautiful. For the Sephora eyeliner in Matte Chocolate Brown, really smooth, really pigmented. Granted, I haven't worn it for very long, so I don't know how it'll be with the waterline and also with tight lining it. Really pretty color, really smooth. Unfortunately, I messed it up because I dug my finger into it, which I don't know how I did that. But I love the matte color. I love the warm brown to it. I think it's a really cool contrast with this look with the very cool toned eyeshadows, and then the warm brown. It kind of makes my eyes look green, which is kind of cool. So I really like it so far, and I'll have to see if the claim of waterproof is really accurate. And I'm like rubbing the swatch right now, and it's not budging, so that's a good sign. I'll have to kind of see how it looks smudged out as well, and just kind of play with that. But so far, so far good. The mascara, the Fenty one, I just think it's too clumpy for me, and it already like smudged, so not really happy about that. So we'll have to see. Honestly, just not really happy about that. The Lash Princess False Effect mascara in black brown. I think the color is really pretty. I'll have to really see it fully on both my top and bottom lashes. And from what I remember, this one does kind of flake sometimes. I'm hoping that's not the case, but we'll have to see. Again, I like the color. Usually mascaras are, honestly, they're hard to look bad on me. So, you know, it really comes down to the wear. So, and right now the Fenty one is not wearing really well, and I haven't been here for very long. The last product, the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click. It's lip smackers. I just wasn't expecting the glitter. It feels waxy. That's the other thing. I also thought there would be more color payoff, color opacity. Yeah. Like, I'm not even wearing a liner right now, and I feel like I need one. Like, I want to take this off and put liner on because it seems like I have no lips. So, maybe, what if I put a liner over top? I don't know. Just to get some color. I really thought that would have more color. Yeah, it's not my favorite. It just feels like I'm wearing just lip smackers. I don't know how to say it. Those are my first impressions on some new products I got from Ulta and Sephora. Let me know down below your thoughts. Have you tried any of these products? Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Is there any other products that you would like for me to test out? Leave them down in the comments so I can get a little list going. There's a couple other things on my list that I want to try. I want to try the new About Face foundation, the new L'Oreal concealer, and a couple other things as well. I really like doing these videos because I feel like I can just really play, no pressure, and I can also really look at the products and see, okay, is this something going to work for me or is it not? And of course, I will continue to test these products out, and you will see more thoughts in a future speed reviews. So subscribe and stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hit the like button if you did, and subscribe if you are new here. I do lots of vlogs, DIYs, sewing projects, working on this house as we prepare for the arrival of our twins this spring. And of course, makeup videos. So yeah, I would love you to join a little family that's growing here on YouTube. And also follow me on Instagram. It is at From Hem to Stem. And been doing a lot of reels on there. And also just trying to do more up-to-date, day-to-day things. So yeah, if you want some more daily content, I would recommend checking out there. And yeah, I hope you're having a good 2024 so far. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.